And the first thing we will be going through is quickly we'll see that what is there in the invoice management, how the invoice management has been changed. Invoice management has been changed basically with the new Fiori applications. So what are the new Fiori applications we have? We have upload invoice. It's not Excel, it's upload invoice. Fiori application is there. And then we have also import invoice, but that import invoice application import invoice application is only there for FI invoices. That is right now it is only applicable for FI invoices. And then we will be having the manage invoices. So these three applications are there. The upload invoice, the functionality is there. It will be just for the attachment purpose. You can create an attachment, and with that attachment, you will be able to create a draft invoice. The person who is supposed to punch the invoice, they need to do the punching of the invoice after the draft has been created. Invoice creation from draft to post would be required. Invoice will not get automatically posted. You need to check. Only thing the trigger would come to you that there is a draft invoice there. There is some attachment, and the finance person would be able to go through that invoice and post that invoice. So what would be the cycle here? If you remember the cycle here would be, let me explain that. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. Okay, so what we were discussing, that you remember that if you remember our discussion, so this upload invoice where it would be used. Upload invoice would be used. We had done our discussion that we will be having a users, and this user would be creating self-service PR, self-service purchase requisitions would be created by user, which will be converted into the which will get converted into purchase order. And this purchase order then will go to vendor, and vendor will be doing a supply for same. Vendor will supply material. So once the material comes to this guy, with material, he would also be receiving invoice document. Okay, so vendor will also give the invoice document. Generally, it happens with the indirect materials where the invoice would also be given. Now, this given invoice, which has been given by vendor, what this guy need to do? So this guy generally what it does, it would be transferring this thing to this invoice. This guy will be transferring to the finance team. You can say finance team or the responsible people who would be handling the invoices. It will go to them, and these people will do the manual punching in the system. Okay, they will punch manually these invoices into the system. So apart from that, what other thing can be done, which will be available with the SAP S/4HANA, that this invoice, rather than this is a manual part, one automation step has been given that this invoice, they would be uploaded into the system. They can upload, and in the text they can mention the purchase order number also. Even the purchase order number is not there, they can just upload the invoice. That will present that some invoice is there which has been given by vendor and it is pending. So they will do the upload of the invoice. And now these people would go to the application called invoice list. So with the invoice list, they would be checking that there is some draft invoice there where the attachment would be there. And then by referring to this, they would still need to punch the data manually and they will enter the data here. Okay, if something else is required, if this part also need to be done automatically, this part also, the punching also need to be done automatically. Solution for that is the Vim. You need to implement Vim. Vim is vendor invoice management, which comes with the open text. It's developed on the open text platform, where the PDF forms which is coming, which has been uploaded here, can be converted into the Park or draft invoice. It can be Park or it can be draft invoice. Park invoice can be created or draft invoice would be able to get created from here.